Now, now that everyone knows that you can't decide a coin toss result before the toss. Just like that, you can't decide who a winner is of an argument before it is done. So now, with this, I would like to call Naren sir onto the stage for a debate, for conducting another debate.
All right, friends, this is going very interesting. But uh, another current problem that is lingering on: China creates coronavirus biological in the lab, or no, we don't know. China is muscling us out with economic burden, with so many things they are manufacturing and they are selling at so less rates. The kind of military power they have, the kind of nuclear bombs they have, and the kind of muscling out they're doing in Nepal, Tibet, Ladakh, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and elsewhere. The question is, should the entire world gang up against China and muscle them out? Should we teach them a lesson? Should we make sure that the China is sustained and contained within themselves and not start to trouble everyone? To open this debate, should the entire world muscle out China? I would like to call Pranav on stage first. Pranav, can you give your views?
Yeah, thank you, sir. Yes, as we all know, the novel coronavirus or the COVID-19 disease spread in China. Yes, you are right, all. This China is creating biological weapons that they want everyone to be dominated by China. The evil of peace and the one who wants to dominate the whole world, this is the China. China is increasing the number of nuclear weapons day by day. And to talk about the coronavirus, today in the world, there are minimum of 20 million cases in the world. Yes, you're right, 20 million cases in the world, and you don't know how many deaths have occurred. We know our system cannot calculate everything. So the misinformation spread by the WHO that this is only a mere epidemic was also that China has some role in that. I would agree with USA's Donald Trump president to stop aiding WHO, and at last I would like to say we all should unite and muscle out China. That's all I want to say.
Okay, thank you so much, Pranav, for your views. Krishan, can we have your views very quickly?
Well, according to me, China is being blamed unfairly. It is not the main cause due to the coronavirus. Well, it's not its fault that the coronavirus came into this world. It's natural. This process keeps happening all over again. Do you know that 100 years ago, a pandemic of the same proportion called Spanish flu that happened in 1919 was called Spanish flu because why? It was not because it started in Spain. It started in USA. But the only country that was reporting the numbers correctly during that time, during World War I, where there was a war going on, was Spain because it was neutral. That's why only Spain was reporting the numbers, and that's why the virus was named Spanish flu. Spain was blamed unfairly for the cause of that virus. Similarly, China is being blamed right now, even though it is not no fault of its own. This virus can come from anywhere, from any country. Just can't target one country. To help. We are all in this together in this planet. So we should work together to eliminate this virus.
Okay, Ishwir, thank you so much, Krishan. Ishwir, can we have your views coming in?
Yes, sir. Boycott Chinese products, which means the boycott made in China. Stop using Chinese product, but but uh, but in the if you have we see because the China always want war like in India, Ladakh, and now India has banned all the Chinese apps. So it all and it China also spread many viruses like swine flu, MERS, SARS, and Ebola virus.
All right,
The,
Ishwir, thank you for your views. Dhruv, can we quickly have your views?
We can't just muscle out China just because it started a virus which has been launched recently. China has over 5,000 years of history, and it has a lot of contribution in the history and civilization of the world. It was one of the world's first civilizations, and it has given many progressions. And China's products are very reliable. they give a long warranty period, and they are not spoiled very easily. I would only say that China is being targeted unfairly by everyone.
Okay, friends, we have had the first few views about whether the world should muscle out China, get together or not. We have two different views coming in. And now I would have the stage open for all the four contestants to share their views openly. Please go ahead.
I think the world is bullying China unfairly. All countries are targeting China because of their own failures. And look at USA; it has cases that have surpassed China and of all the countries. But to save itself, it's blaming China because it started the virus. I think it's a wrong analogy. Even WHO said that virus can start from anywhere. We should not pin the blame on one country. We should work together to achieve results to blow over this pandemic. It's still not over. It's still going on. Millions of people lost their livelihood during this lockdown, and instead of helping them, people are governments are still blaming China all around the world of starting the pandemic, even though the virus can start from anywhere.
I completely disagree with Kishanksha because you told a point that WHO has given us some guidelines. I completely bring out them facts that WHO and China have some collaboration which you might not be knowing, and everybody, the August audience, must not be knowing. There is something collaboration, and we need to be think suspiciously that WHO and China are misleading the whole world. And this fact is brought by US President Donald Trump. So all must be aware of this. And apart from the coronavirus, nowadays the Galvan Valley issue also is against China only. China wants to dominate the whole world. These are only mere two facts. 1962, when the Aksai Chin region, the part of integral part and sovereign part of India was taken up by China, then what would you say like that? Do you
Well,
think that China was targeted then also? Yeah,
yeah,
please.
disagree with you. Yeah, I don't believe this. I am saying, right, that if tomorrow some new virus came from India and all countries start blaming India, oh, you started the virus, see what are you doing? Then how will you feel it?
And you saying that
And the whole
we should accept with Donald Trump saying that we should not accept WHO's opinion against China. I would also like to say that Donald Trump had impeached his powers recently. Do you still think he is reliable source?
We need not to assess the character of Donald Trump or do anything like that. We are the main point is that China is dominating and trying to dominate the whole world. Why is China not telling the exact number of cases? It says 90,000 cases, but in actual, there are many more. It may be 10 times. You don't know. We are not in China or Wuhan. We are sitting in India.
I
Yes.
think your
Another
analogy
point.
is wrong. It's completely wrong. If you bully a country, it only get World War One. The victorious countries defeated Germany and put many economic sanctions on it and forced it to pay a lot of money. The German people were unhappy with it. They were very angry. And what happened? Hitler got elected and he came to power and destroyed Europe for nearly 5 years. We barely survived it. How do you think by bullying China, the world will come at peace?
I
All
completely
right,
disagree.
all right, all right. We'll take some time and I'm sure that the audience is itching to give their views here. All the audience who are there on the screen, please open your videos and we would love to hear from you. What is it that you want to say? Should the world get together and muscle out China or not? Vaishnavi, can we have views from you?
Hello, sir. Hello again. So, what is the first thing that strikes in our mind when we hear about the China? So it's the technological advancements or the developments that have been going upon. Keeping aside the coronavirus topic, there have been several. There's another aspect that we need to, just focus upon. That's that's the territorial disputes which is going on. The India's Galwan Valley, keeping aside the India's Galwan Valley matter, there are some other disputes which are going on, such let it be the Senkaku Islands, the dispute going on between China and Japan, and consider the Spratly and the Paracel Islands in the South China Sea, over which the dispute has been going on between China and the countries like Philippines and Vietnamese and other more related countries. So it's, the activities that China has been indulging upon is totally impermissible for such a flourished and a burgeoning country. Okay, so as far as my opinion is considered, so I think that the China should, most probably indulge into a mutually acceptable solution with all the nations, and China should, these disputes have been going on for really a pretty quite a long period of time, and China should, stop intruding upon the territory of other nations, or to be more particular and more accurate on my words, I should better say that China should stop intruding upon the sovereignty of other nations. And if China does not back out, then the other country should, in my opinion, should take a literal action against China. And that's all my views.
All right. Thank you, Vaishnavi. If any of the guests would like to say, Dhruv's dad is raising hand. Please go ahead, sir.
Good evening, friends, and a very nice topic for the day. But what we need to understand is we should avoid playing the blame game as of now. As of now, we are here to curtail the coronavirus, which is more important. Blaming it on China or some other country and what they have done and what they have not done is bad. What we have not done is what we need to do now. First. The other thing is about the border issue, or about the tension what India and China has, or India and Pakistan has. Yes, we need to take a call, but we need to also understand one thing, that there are things which we cannot do without the Chinese product. So we need to draw a line, and we need to have a roadmap as to how we can make those things in India, which will take some time. So we need to do that, because India is one of the biggest importers for Chinese product. We can have our own manufacturing here in India, and that's what our Prime Minister is planning to do, make in India concept. But that needs to be implemented, and a phased manner has to be in place for that.
All right. Thank you so much, Dhruv's dad, for your views. Any of our guests would like to give their views on, should the world gang up against China or not? Should we give them the medicine of their own? Any of the guests would like to say, please go ahead. And even the other participants who have not spoken, if they want to give their views, please go ahead and give your views. Go ahead.
Well, according to me, China is being still it's not a solution to blame. Bullying China will not put the world at peace. A lot of countries have disputes with each other. Almost all countries have. And when China wants to become a superpower like USA, it aspires to be. That's why it's trying to do its geopolitics. But it's not the main reason to just bully China. If all of you gang up on China, then China will also get aggressive, and it will not be bode well for the peace of the world. It should do it more properly. Proper procedure should be done.
Yes, Dhruv, please go ahead.
And China has also been funding countries that are poor and have not been able to get the initiative done by China, because the poor countries are not able to mint money, which the China is able to provide them.
All right. Yes, Pranav, the closing remarks coming from Pranav now.
This is something like when a person commits a crime and we say we are bullying a person. अगर आपके घर में किसी ने चोरी किया तो उस पे खिलाफ क्रिमिनल प्रोसीजर होएगा, उसके लिए क्रिमिनल प्रोसिक्यूशन होएगा. ये थोड़ा ना है कि उसको आप बुली कर रहे हैं. मतलब कि देयर according to me not nudge out, or that is not the point. There should be some action against China, because doing wrong is wrong. That's the point I want to make. Thank you.
All right, friends. Thank you so much for this lovely hot debate, whether the world should get together to nudge out China and stop this nonsense that they're doing, or is it not really their fault? So this debate will go on. But first of all, I would like to congratulate